I'm at a really legendary place. I hope there's not too much echo over here because it's empty. This is where Odie used to run his FD campaign from, and as you've seen on his social media, he now moved to a bigger facility. And it's really interesting that he ran that well in FD in like a 2-car garage. What's also super interesting is the car behind me, and that's Mike's Lexus, and that's a really cool car. I've seen the pictures of it online, and it's actually the car that the Wisefab IS and Altezza kit went on, like for test fitting and driving. Or like I love hoods like this with the fans. Like everybody knows my pro cars are always super fended, and this looks really cool. Like it's a really sick body kit. And you were saying something about body kits that they are not easy to get for these cars yet.
Yeah, they're really not, man. So I had Monster Service stuff on, and it was a plus 40 fender in the front because that's the widest configuration they have. Plus 50 in the rear. I still have the Monster Service plus 50, but as soon as I got the Wisefab stuff, I had more than 2 inches of wheel poke.
Oh yeah, because we're all
my old wheel setup. So it was bad. So I really dialed back the aggression on the wheels, and this is about the least aggressive wheel I can find.
What do you know? What ET they are? You know what ET they are?
8.5 plus 35.
Plus 35. So that's
a front wheel drive.
Yeah, but it's still like.
And it's still. This is a plus 65 fender. This is about the widest fender I could find.
Yeah. That
made any sense because they have some plus 100s, but they're like thousands of dollars.
Yeah. So what we always run into with Wisefab, of course, is that it's wide. So it makes the car wide, and the reason for that is that we want to have like at least 65 degrees of lock. So we take a standard size front wheel. In this case, this is a 18-inch. 235/40, so this is like 62 centimeter tall or something like that. So if you put that wheel on 60 degrees, it's gonna come close to the chassis rail, and we just space out as far as we need to make that big wheel, because this is not a super small wheel for that car. Like these cars came with 17s and stuff, to make that still do that angle, and that's why it needs to be wide. We don't make angle kits wide for fun, like there's a reason for it. And then of course you're gonna end up with way more track width. Like this is like a standard front bumper, and normally the wheel would sit inside this, and now you have like almost half the tire outside it. And of course it's an ET35, and it's a wider wheel than standard, so a standard wheel would probably sit inward a little bit more, but that's just what you get if you want to play with the big boys and want to run a lot of angle. It looks super aggressive, like especially like from, I love these shots, like from the back that you're seeing, like the majority of the tire like next to the sail, also because you run a little bit of camber. So I love that. That looks so good. Like that's my favorite shot of like E36, E46. And as some of you may know, this Lexus was actually kind of modeled after the E46, which was an extremely successful car. And Lexus was like, if you look at the design cues on this car, it has a little bit of that E46-ish look. So it has very short front overhang, almost no overhang at the front. Because these things, of course, it makes so much sense to put a 2J in them, or any JZ or 1J. Oh yeah, that's nice.
So it's the good one at least.
Yep.
Took the NA motor out, and thankfully I did this at a time before the motors were $7,000.
Oh yeah.
Because this long block was like $1,900 when I bought it.
Oh man.
And the same thing now is like $7 grand.
And what turbo are you run?
It's just a Drift Motion 62 millimeter.
Right, great.
It spools nicely.
Yeah.
We run ethanol, so it pulls hard early.
Right.
You know, all the extra timing, I guess, you can throw at it with ethanol.
Oh, yeah. Is ethanol easy to get over here in California?
Yes and no. Like, it's not at every gas station, but if you can plan your route around it, you can make it work.
Right. So that's in Europe, it's like not there anymore.
Yeah.
And when we did have it, it was like very different quality. So the stuff you got on Tuesday from the same gas station was,
yeah,
and that's like your biggest nightmare when you're flooring a car, top of gear in fourth. That's really not what you want to have.
Your content changes.
Oh no, yeah.
That was pretty bad out here when we first got ethanol. I remember a lot of Evos getting tuned on ethanol, and it was before flex fuel sensors were a real thing, and a bunch of cars blew up because of content change.
Oh yeah, man.
So like, this car has a flex fuel sensor. I can put 91 in it.
Oh man,
or I can put,
smart.
You know, I can put E98 Ignite Red if I wanted to, but typically I'm just on pump ethanol.
If I look at this car, like the frame rails seem to be quite wide, like they look a little wider than on the E46. They're like far apart, and it's completely different. Like it's not very easy to see the suspension, but you guys can see like it's a completely different setup than the BMW setup. So you have a lower arm which the shock rests on, and as you can see, you can change the location of the shock, and you have like a triangle top arm over there. We made a little video about this kit before, so you can check it out. I really like how they braced the control arm to the brake caliper pickup point, because it's kind of a yeah, there we go. You can crank it. Let's see. Yeah, so I really like that they have like that brace over here that goes to the brake caliper, bolt the hub over here. It doesn't have a big footprint, so your bolts are going to be kind of close together. So I really like the brace to that bolt. And there you can see you can put the shock in different locations. Super nice. Of course, on Feal suspension. And this is really smart that that bolt goes over there instead of the other way around. Super nice. And we can also spot like the quick adjustment over here, which I like a lot, because this is a McPherson, and on the McPherson setup you can just move the strut, and over here the adjustment needs to come from the top arm. So it's really nice to have quick adjusters over there. And it's also super nice that we found out that this kit works so well with the chasers. Really nice, like basically the newest development from Wisefab, this kit. Yeah, check it out. Really nice, love it, super cool. Rear rack, that's obviously not my favorite, as you all know, but it has the standard Wisefab Ackerman adjustment that you guys all know from the S chassis and the E90.
That's kind of one of the nice kits over some of the other lock kits for the chassis, is they all have offset spacers.
Right.
I've been told on this chassis it's not a big deal, but I remember S chassis and like Z chassis, people breaking them, or tie rods. You know,
well, it's not ideal. People ask like, why do you guys run the offset spacer? Like, yeah, we don't want that. You know, it's just what we get from the factory. The location of the rack from the factory is not what we choose. But like, it's kind of for the Ackerman curve and everything, and also for the wheel not hitting the tie rods. You need to do something. So yeah, it's what it is. If you can rack relocate, that's obviously a lot nicer. Yeah, I really like this kit. Like it's a very difficult kit to make. It's not like a kit that you make overnight. I know a lot of development went into it. The guy with the red car, Marco, he drives it in Florida.
Yeah, the Drift HQ guys. So the first three that came out, one went to Drift HQ, one went to me, and one went to Ken.
Right.
And this is actually the car that Odie did the install video on.
Right.
So if you check out the Wisefab video where Odie was doing that, you can see how in-depth the rack relocation is.
Right.
And it's work.
How do you like it on the streets? Does it work well on the streets, or because?
Oh yeah, it's actually really manageable. I kind of didn't know what to expect street driving it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the steering is a little quickened, but
oh yeah, I love it for parallel parking. Like we rolled up to that Fast and the Furious restaurant, like on the coastal highway. Yeah, and you had to like over parallel park, and it was like a weird angle. And it was like, so everybody's struggling with that, and my car was like, boom, reversed into it. Like, it was super easy. Yeah, that's fun. And for us, it's also nice that stuff gets used on the road, because you do so much more miles on the road. And some roads here in California, they're not the best. So it's kind of nice to know that it stands up to that abuse. Like, I would almost say that it's hard to find a racetrack that has surface as bad as some road tracks over here. So there you can see there's also the quick adjustment. Like, I really love that system. That's on the lower control arm. Very nice, very cool. Oh, there you can see the rack relocation. Yeah, nice. I love the direction the rack is bolted on the subframe, so you can kind of easy pull it out, so it mounted from horizontal position and not so much the vertical, which is really not nice. Such a cool car, man. I love it. Like, it has a lot of presence in real life.
Thanks, man.
I always forget to take videos of people's interiors. Like, this is like stripped out. It has a cage. Is this like steel it on the cage?
Yeah.
Everybody does now.
It's fantastic stuff.
It's a cool cage. Like, it comes up really high over here, which is something I always look after. So for me, it's super important that you almost don't see the cage from the outside. What is this cage kit? So where is this from?
Rome Charpentier made it for me.
Oh, Rome did it. Okay, cool.
So I actually approached him to see if he would just weld a cage kit in for me.
Oh, right, yeah.
He's like, I'll do this for the same price or less.
I like the door panels, cool, like the detail on the door panels. This is so cool. Like, that must be all like handmade, or can you get that, or you made?
LRB Speed makes those.
Oh,
I
man.
have these same door panels on my FDR X7. back in the day.
So nice.
I was hyped to see that they announced stuff for the IS.
Yeah.
IS, it's starting to blow up, man. More and more people are having products for it.
Yeah. Oh, steel stuff looks really cool. And what transmission are you running?
It's an R154.
All right. And it's just like standard, or did you get any upgrades in it, or?
No, it's like straight from Toyota. It was off of Feal. It was a 0-mile transmission.
Oh, really? It's a brand new one.
Yeah, brand new.
Oh, that's cool.